Hello, I'm JP Sears, and I have a question for you. What if you found out that the way most of us look at the law of attraction is incredibly delusional? I'd like to share with you my opinion based on my experience, how the law of attraction is looked at in a one-dimensional way for ego gratification, oftentimes using the facade of self-healing and self-growth, even the facade of spirituality, to rationalize an ego gratification mindset. With the law of attraction, our egos love to believe that we can get whatever we want. All we have to do is focus on it. Our egos believe that if we focus on what we want, we can program our unconscious mind. What if the reason why our egos believe this is because our egos are incredibly needy and love to believe that they are the most powerful force in the universe? But what if we found out that our egos are essentially powerless compared to the power of our unconscious mind, the power of our higher self?
JP, you can have anything you want. You can have as much of it as you want. Just believe in it. You're a millionaire. You're abundant. You're an abundant millionaire. I believe I'm an abundant millionaire. You are an abundant millionaire. And I believe it.
This apple tastes abundant. My skin feels abundant today. Such an abundant amount of leaves on this tree. This guitar sounds abundant.
Ooh, that smells like abundance.
I don't know if I actually believe that I believe it. Kind of feels like I'm trying to be someone other than who I am. Hey, this is a cool hairdryer. A question for you. Can your ego, your conscious thoughts, program your unconscious mind? Can it control the destiny, serendipity, and synchronicity that is perhaps better looked at under the control and domain of your soul or your higher self? Maybe another way of asking the same question is, could I throw a tablespoon of food coloring in the ocean and expect the color of the ocean to change? If we pretended for just a second that our human ego is in charge of our unconscious, subconscious minds, then my question is, would there be anything more dangerous to put in control of your life than your ego? With the traditional one-dimensional view of the law of attraction, when we create a belief of, I want something, I want to be a millionaire, I want to be amazing, I want to be famous, I want to be perfect, why haven't we learned to ask, what part of me wants this? And just as importantly, why does this part of me want this? We create conscious wants so that we can compensate for an inner sense of inadequacy, an inner sense of low self-worth. So perhaps I say, I want to be a millionaire. I use the law of attraction to convince me that I can become a millionaire by just thinking about it. What if this is in a full compensation for how weak and poor I feel on the inside? So if that's the case, what if the greatest curse I could encounter is to actually get what my needy, wounded, inadequate feeling ego wants? Attracting what I want through the law of attraction, what if that becomes the dirt that covers up the real me as I lay there in a hole of inadequacy? Would it actually be more authentic to help the part of us that's in the hole rather than covering that part of us up? When it comes to the ego's unquenchable thirst for power, what it's really after is a sense of control. Not even control, but just the illusion of control. Let me ask you to consider this paradox about control. From the perspective of the human ego, the more control it has, more is always better, and more is never enough. The more control it has, the more powerful it feels. Compared to this, from the perspective of the human spirit, the more it surrenders control, the more powerful it becomes. So my question for you is, would you rather live through the control of your ego or through the surrender of your spirit. As our egos get their claws into the idea of the law of attraction, it starts to believe, I need to manifest things, and then more things, and then even more things, and then more of those things we have. From our spirit perspective, our spirit self would say, I'm whole and complete the way I am. Anytime I feel a lack, anytime I feel I need something that I don't already have, it just means I haven't learned to find it yet. I haven't learned to connect with it within me. Where anything my ego can desire on the outside, it's actually already inside of me, if we look at it symbolically. So maybe our delusional ego, by the way, it's not bad to have an ego, we all do. This is my ego talking. So our ego says, I need to manifest. And the spirit self says, all that's left is for me to self-realize. There's nothing I need to attract into my life that I don't already have. Maybe the best we can pray for is the grace and sensitivity to self-realize what it is that we feel we're disconnected from. So what can we do about all this? One option that we have is to use the control drama of the law of attraction so that we can find comfort in believing that we can have anything we want and we can become more than what we think we are, and we can become more than other people. We can use this belief to discharge the anxiety of being ourself. Or we can maybe dip our toes into the waters of surrender rather than trying to create more control, rather than trying to let our egos dictate how our life should unfold, so that we don't have to feel the fear of the mystery of the serendipity of our life. As we dip our toes into the surrender of the spirit view, we release control, we become curious about what is to be in our life, and we become curious about how we can find what it is we think we're missing. Dear universe, I believe people want to subscribe to my channel. They want to share this video. They want to give it a thumbs up. I believe people love my long red hair.